Hello there, player. Welcome to the campaign. Wait, let me make this a thing. Okay, there we go. Hello there, player. Welcome to the campaign. Here you will be playing some tutorial level, so you can be taught the basics of this. Poses the thief and poses the thief and moves around. Fucking ads, get out my way. Poses the thief and move around. Poses. I don't know how to spell. Around to get used to him. Once you are ready, kill the banner bearer. Here is the same setup from the last level. One only. This time, fucking hell, I got people calling me. Give me a moment. Hello, let's get back to business. To make it more bearable, that is not the purpose. The purpose is so that I can slowly turn off my mind, and I am going to become autonomous. This is perfectly fine. Here is the same setup from last time. Last level, only this is time 2 squires are added in. Now your objective in these levels is usually kill the banner bearer in order to win. While you kill the squires first, then the banner bearer, there are timers that will be added, which means you are better off just going for the main target. Here you will learn how to dodge. Most of the time there will be range units trying to fire at you. In order to survive them, you will need to dodge the incoming projectiles. For this level, simply sidestep the arrows when they are fired. This is the most important knowledge you'll need. While moving forward, you can either hold WA or WD. Strafe and move significantly faster. You can go even faster by looking to, say, left while doing this, to go forward, which will sort of make you go diagonally, thus even faster. This, however, can have drawbacks, like occasionally falling over. When you have units following fast from behind, that will make the situation worse. One of the most important things to do is at times waiting. Even though there is a time limit, you do not need to rush forward through everything. Sometimes simply waiting is the best thing to do. Here you will be fighting those two rude squires from earlier. Generally speaking, you move faster than your enemies. Bullshit. So, what... So, with that knowledge in mind, you can use it to your advantage when in a level like this. This is a good idea to try and go around the enemy and avoid the risk of, well, you know. You can also wait for the enemy to attack. Then, once they miss or you dodge it, quickly counterattack them. In maps with multiple different paths areas in it, there will usually be risk and reward for going down through one. For this as an example, there are two options with one you can take. You can either go down the straight path and have to worry about little to no threats, or at least go under after something crossing it. Or you can go down one side path and have to deal with the problem going through it, but have an easier time dodging and getting around after. We are nearing the end of the tutorial levels. So, you are already noticed the new faction at the bottom. That faction is a new help faction, as in the name implies. It contains units that will aid you a little more, with units that range from weak and fragile distraction to a speed boost for you to move faster for a shorter bit. Use the distraction unit and place it in a spot that will buy you some time to get past the army. So, do you see the new units? Go on, check if you haven't already. You have now? Good. Then you can tell you have new deal with new units on meeting. Most of them are from my faction's revised Reaper King 120 campaign. Go play it if you haven't. Shameless plug. It can go be a good idea to do practice runs to get a idea of what the new foes can do. This is the final tutorial level. It's kinda sad though. I had fun. What teaching you? The basics, you know. Hopefully it was fun for you too. Unless you didn't have fun or didn't like me teaching you, in which case, sorry then. Anyways, here you simply had to survive the archers or whatever trouble in present and live till the timer hits 0. Well now, you are going to be doing 2 practice levels. They are here to use. Thank you, Mom Slayer. Yay! There is new thing to beat him by Blitz. They are here to use some of the things you have learned and put them to test. Once you beat these 2 practice levels, you can begin the actual campaign and steal stuff or something. Well, this is the final practice level. Good luck from here on out, pal. No, friend. I'm glad I was able to talk and teach you some in decades. Thank you, friend. So first real level, just some clubs, spears and shields. Nothing you can't deal with, right? Just keep in mind for the timer now when in a level. For this, simply try and make a dent in their formations and stab the target hiding inside. Run quickly towards the banner before the tribe catches you. Not much I can really say here, to be honest, just going around them or attack them once they attacked first. Looks like you have to survive from several 6-ton hairy elephants trying to trample you, leaving behind nothing but dust. Anyways, Due to sheer size, you can try going through these small paths in between the trees to make it past them. Man, these forest areas are very tight and cramped, huh? So many resources not being collected. A lot of spears will be flung towards you in an attempt to overwhelm you. How desperate do they have to be in order to stop you? Seems like the four bone mages, along with their followers, are guarding the target. I advise cautious movement when trying to get in between them. A bunch of stoners are protecting the target, it seems. Well, as long as you can bait them out, then you should be clear. Seems easy at a glance, right? Well, unfortunately, the nearby raptor pack has finished their hunt and are returning to their den. It is a giant rock, of course. They wouldn't like the stranger stepping foot into their territory. So, in order to win, you will have to make this quick. It's time for you to go hiking. It would seem to keep in mind, however, that the cavemen that were up there decided to try and carry stones up to the top. Now, why would they do this? I'm not sure. But that's besides the point. Climb to the top while avoiding the boulders raining from above. Also, please do not try entering the cave. It appears that due to you talking out of lots of tribespeople, you managed to piss off the chieftain. You must fight him. All of the while, others are watching you, hoping that you lose this. So now we are at the farmlands. I'd just like to see that the other areas we are in, and as extreme training with dodging a ton of projectiles, running as fast as you could, fighting some decently tough people, even climbing up a whole mountain. It's like Rocky Balboa movie. Also, be sure to hold your horses. Be careful falling meteorites. If you get hit, it will hurt. Fuck you, Reaper King. Do you know how to swim? Well, I hope so. Otherwise, you will be sailing away from the bridge and swept off the map. It appears to be spring now. Isn't that sweet? With the little birds coming out and singing, the nicely grown flowers and crops are blooming. With days like these, for someone like you, isn't it delightful? Oh! You seem to have forgotten some pollen on your clothes. Looks like these halflings are trying to stop you. This should be very easy, right? I mean, all they have are their small grubby hands. Meanwhile, you have a dagger at the ready. Well, if you worked for your endurance more, just a bunch of farmers and stuff. Have you ever heard the line, looking both ways before crossing the street before? Well, obviously you should. Well, it seems that these farmers are real busy at this time, with drivers getting extreme road rage. I advise you to try to stop and step aside as much as possible. Otherwise, you will be much more easy target for the crows to impact with. Reaper. No. 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 Yeah. You know, these scythes aren't only good at cutting crops. Making sense though, it's a giant blade attached to a long stick. They are using fire to burn you alive. That is extreme. Hello, potion seller. I'm going into battle. I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler. Potion seller, I tell you, I'm going into battle. And I want your strongest potions. You cannot handle my potions. They're too strong for you. Potion seller, listen to me. I only want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong they will kill you, traveler. You cannot handle my potions. Okay, but seriously though, don't get hit by them. Jump on it. They are resorting to throwing everything available at you all at once. All I can really say is keep dodging until it feels like your lungs are going to collapse. Would you look at that? It is Christmas Eve. Now, don't ask how got this in a few levels ago. It was spring. The only answer is I can give you because the game is game logic. You decide to wear a Christmas hat for this. Now, it seems that the farmers are celebrating Christmas too, as they are talking about an ice mage that has arrived. I would be careful though, since even if it's Christmas, they wouldn't mind taking you out. Now, as we move on to the King's Kingdom, due to this just arriving, we only have to worry about a few archers and a handful of squires. Nothing to worry much about yet. Being the thief that you are, you have decided to wear armor that you have stolen to use. Now, in levels that you aren't allowed to use any help units, you are instead able to choose between the normal thief or special thieves, with their own special advantages and disadvantages. Now, for the current usable one, it allows you to tank slightly more, as well as nullify most projectiles that hit you, unless they hit you in the head. However, if you move noticeably slower and attack slower, be fast and take out these annoying bards before time runs out. Hey, look, it's a level concept that I didn't already milk to death in my older thief campaigns. Not at all. But seriously, just go through the gaps in the human maze to reach the target behind all of them. Also, I advise being cautious when going through it. You are going to enter the kingdom's main area towards the castle, but you come across two lone jesters who went here to practice their tricks alone. The jesters wouldn't do so much as bat an eye towards you had they not heard word about a hooded thief running around and killing people. So in order to try and truly impress the king, they want to beat you. So apparently, the king is going to use his catapults on you in hopes of destroying you. Seems to be a waste, to be honest. Man, those catapults are going in a real pain. We should take them out. After this, of course. No, fuck that fucking voice. It's... Man, those catapults are going to be in a real pain. Should take them out. After this, of course. No. Man, after these catapults are going to be a real pain. We should take them out. After this, of course. Also, no, you can't enter through the castle doors, as they seem to be locked. In order for us to make this easier from here on out, you will need to destroy the king's catapults. Seeing how fast you can go, this shouldn't be a big deal. Now the catapults have been destroyed, the king has sent out his executioners in an attempt to end this. Probably should have done that from the start. Looks like the king's attempts to stop you are getting more and more desperate. At the same time, it looks like it is running out of ideas, as well as seeing how weak these soldiers that were sent out appear to be. The king, now running out of options, decides to send out a hero to help save his day. Not yours, of course, since you are going to have to fight him. This is some fucking concentrated text. God damn! The king, now frustrated at what you have done up until now, wants to put an end to your chapter of the story himself. You would think that this is indeed where your tale concludes, as even with your armor on, the man donning the crown is too strong for someone like you to be. But deep down, inside you, you had the courage to stand your ground and push through this old emperor. So, with hope in you now, you ready yourself for the fight. Good job so far, friend. So now, as we move to Rome, Greece, we arrived at Ancient. So I won't hold you here for too long. Now, with our new special thief unlocked, you will test it out here. With now horns at the ready, oh, and a belt and stuff. You can charge forward and fast speed and power through most things in your way. But you are holding your dagger with both hands, which effectively shortens your range and makes your accuracy slightly worse. Bullshit, Reaper. You know that. Your accuracy gets way better. Also at the same time, I don't give a damn. You already have to get too damn close in the first place. I'd rather have better accuracy than fucking miss and swing rapidly. At least I know where my swing is going. It's straight down, not side to side. You can slither your way through these hoplites. I mean, seeing how fast you are, that should be the case. Yet, again, these hallways are tightly packed with them, which leaves little room for error. Room for error. Good news. The only people here are targets. Bad news. They are hiding all over the place. Up these buildings. Also, I am not sure if you are smart enough to climb up the stairs. Not to mention the timer per level, per usual. So you have to make these trips quick. A lot of arrows will try to either burn you upon contact or kill you on the spot, but you will hopefully continue forward. These Roman soldiers prefer defense over offense, though the legionary appears to like both. Like the king from earlier, they seem to be using their siege machines against you. I'm not sure if you can dodge some giant arrows with speed reaching up to 115 miles per hour. Not to mention, it can travel up to 550 yards at most. Yeah, I'm a nerd. What about it? We are rather you. I can just go watch. Have to go into this temple. Per usual, defeat the target. Do you know how lucky, or I guess unlucky, you have to be in order to fight a demigod? He was a bitch. These two servants were with their friend are not trying to stop you from killing the hoplite. How bad could this possibly be? How bad could this possibly be? I'm sorry. I don't give a damn. My fucking voice is so damn dry. Now, with these ladies with crossbows are firing at you, does your day get any worse or what? Shot to the heart. Can someone like you be able to handle the power of love? Well, find out yourself if you don't have the answer for that. Here we are. We are here. And yeah, this significantly looks harder now compared to earlier. But hey, nothing you can't deal with, right? We arrive in the freezing cold. Good thing That I don't have a body some sort like you. I don't have to worry about temperature or anything like that. Not too sure about you though. Anyways, this person with a bear pelt is blocking us. The pelt also has a special powers or some cliche like that. New specialty, so I'll go over it right now. So the new thief has more health compared to the other thieves. However, the gimmick is that when you're below half health, he will become enraged, which increases his damage, speed, and attack speed a lot, on top of making him invincible for a short bit. However, the downside is that he does not have to do very little damage without the enrage activated, with him only being able to one-shot the targets. Also, it can be a bit finicky. Well, after killing that one dude earlier and stealing his magical pelt, the Vikings have coincidentally arrived back after their voyage. Why would they get out to sea? Don't ask me why, cause I don't fucking know. The amount of hampers and shields and just weapons weapons in general that these people have is nuts. It makes me want to visit a Norse festival. Speaking of, you have to go inside the man-made fort in order to proceed. You are surrounded once again for the fifth time so far. Just dodging and dodging. Oh, I almost forgot you need to also dodge. Now it looks like you have to squeak between the four ships. To your left and right sides. Oh, there's gonna be archers and there's gonna be walking people beside the ships. You are now surrounded once again. How do you keep letting this happen anyways? Well, in order to you to keep on going, you must survive these people who excel at leaping. Like seriously, these people should participate in the Olympics. Yikes, it appears that it has been getting colder and colder since we arrived. Well, fortunately, it seems that you have bought clothing for a scenario like this. And oh my dude, you look amazing with it. Oh, you are reminding me with that one game about assassinating people different periods of time. Yes, it is an assassination name campaign, so Thief Revised is not the title. It's Assassin's Creed Tabs Edition. So now are you in this giant area? A huge amount of space to walk around. These Vikings near you are talking about a vulva who would be nothing more than a pile of bones. But you are now how witches and their magic are. Just run and go and avoid them without a care, getting frozen chopped up like a tree. Another target has shown up that you need to take care of. They are bringing you out now. People who can see like they have killed a dragon. Or maybe they, Reaper, if you do not stop your bullshitting, I will shove your entire toenail through your ear. And if you ask which one, I will choose all of them. Another target has shown up that you need to take care of. They are now bringing out people who seem like they have killed a dragon, or maybe they have just been around people of course for their whole life. How many targets are here, and why do they keep popping out of their hiding spots instead of leaving? Whatever, just kill all the targets that you find so we can move on. Also, whose are those people at the giant door, by the way? It would appear that the slapper that you had seemingly killed earlier to take the bear pelt managed to survive and had told the Viking leader, called something like a Jarl. Reaper. Fuck you too. Soundwave, how are you? Hi, hi. Yes, my voice can kind of change. That's what I do for a pain. If we live, we shall fight. Fuck around and get this right. If we want, we can live a different way. Oh, alright. Goddamn, I'm reading. Yes, I am fucking right. I'm going insane. Look at the light. Don't you see how I pull it on straight? Look how I'm making the fucking beat. Hi! Hi! It would appear that the slapper has a seemingly killed. Earlier, you take the pill that managed to survive, and the father Vikings in the Troll and the Jarl. I don't know, but the point is you must fight and then move on. I have 30 minutes to finish this reading, and then after that, I have some shit to do. Look at that! You managed to snag some extra clothing and some shuriken. So yes, yeah, for a stealthy thief, you can go and throw some stars at your enemies, which would have quite a bit more range than your old dagger. The twist, however, is that it is really weak compared to your dagger, with you needing up to 4 shurikens to kill in order to kill the target. Now, with this piece of information in mind, push these karate people out of the way, then take out the target. Fun fact, samurai were named as the bushi in Japan, or buke, in the term samurai only began in the first part of the 10th century, originally used to denote aristocratic warriors. Better to know this since you are going to have to deal with some samurai for this whole area. I don't need a fucking history lesson right now. Looks like you decided to enter the dojo here, intentional or not. You have to fight a bit in order to leave. These challengers will get stronger and stronger and as you progress through. While it is optional, I advise you staying in the dojo during this, as not only will it be more safe, but it will also more fun and tense. Who the fuck would want this to be more tense? You would think that trying to shoot fireworks with a bow would be a pretty bad idea. Apparently not, though. Though it would also be a worse idea to get hit by one. So I guess there's that. That's a lot of arrows to deal with, huh? Oh, and those front monks are there too. But I guess, who cares? Ninjas and their throwing stars, am I right? Hey, what do you think a ninja would say if you asked them if they can use your weapons? Sure I can. Your fucking puns suck. Yeah, I'm sorry for that one. Well, it seems that the new year is close to arriving. These people are getting ready to celebrate. Unfortunately, you came along and are killing people left and right, so now they must try their best to stop you. Back in the dojo again. I see. Well, last time. Wait, what? Think of a better one? Can I borrow your shuriken? Nah, my ninja. Then again, I'm black, so I can go with it. Nah, yeah, exactly. It's literally just that. It's like, hey, think of a better one. Nah, my ninja. It works. I could think of a different one, but I don't know Japanese, and I want to tie it into something actually, good. Back in the dojo, I see. Well, like last time, you need to go and fight people who enter the dojo. Only this time, karate is going to be heavily used here. So let's see how good you can do against people who excel in martial arts. I must advise you that you must be cautious when going towards the target. You know, it wasn't obvious enough. All of the people have decided to come together and use shurikens. They will use to throw at you. Did you know that in terms of Pokemon breeding, you cannot fucking tell me this shit right now. Fighting seems to be these guys' strength. You have a people with shurikens, the first timers, the students, the teacher's pet, the teachers, and the master. I mean, there are also guys on the sides, but who cares? You are about to leave this area thinking that you had defeated all of the targets here. However, just as you were about to go through the path and onward, you were stopped by someone who jumped from the top of the dojo. That someone would be the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. So now you must be forced to fight a clone. You put it on your armor and start the battle against him. New colors, new area, new unit, new encounter, and new thief to use. So this special thief wears a beret, a neck collar, like giant ass clothing. Correct? A paint palette with kinda acts like a shield / extra weapon. And most importantly, an automatic dodge, which is more of a pain in the ass. This dodge, as well said, the automatic dodge, which is, well, automatic, means makes multitasking slightly harder. Though it usually activates automatically, meaning that you can dodge when you aren't really don't want to. It may get you killed because of it. Plus, your paint palette will sometimes behave like a tutu. It is stuck inside of you and correctly disrupts your spine, which would kinda be painful. I sense that the possibility of death. Here, it's very low. I mean, there was the last time that you were blown to death. Probably should have reworded that differently. Whatever. Just be careful here anyways. So these are the 3 musketeers, but instead a musketeer and 2 other random people. One having a brush with one having a club. I wonder if the 3 musketeers will show up in the next battle. Holy shit, I can't believe it. It's the 3 musketeers. Just who would have guessed that they would sing that? If they would arrive after them talking about them, they would actually show up, and it's amazing that I can apparently predict the future. Bitch, you wrote this shit. A future like this. The whole Assault Academy has a right to form the shapes of what they use. I see you can have say all these names without a pausing if you want, so I advise you. Take a deep breath. Ron, Jeff, Leonardo, Picasso, Greg, Joe, Davanka, Lana, Candice, Steve, Montello, Legenton, Carrie, Benny. Yes, it was so loud. I'm right next to my microphone right now. Let's try not to lose my place. Painter, those 3 stooges, Mikey, Sarah, Cornett, Stupid, Dasher, Dancer, Henry the Third, Second, or whatever the fuck. Reynolds, A3rd, Evan, Allen, Afton, Michael, Freddie, Sean, Terry, Michael, that one dude, Fred, Iron, Dread, Craig, Jimmy, Harry, Donnie, Bracano, Isaac, Jimbo, Slayer, I swear to God, if you got Jimbo from here, Carl, Fillmore, Feeling, Philopine, Krillafine, Jordan, Painter, Aluni, Sark, Timothy, Zach, David, Daryl, Fuck, Mom, Perry, Doofus Birds, Palatino, Ronnie, him, Brad, and Hugh, Neutron, Emily, takes a deep fucking breath. I think I'm going to die. So first, three dudes with long axes with eggs and thin fans that will make this harder. What even is going on anymore? We'll find out. If we do, we'll leave. We'll finally finish this. If I just get to it, so I won't respond to y'all so much. Okay, just let me read, let me be. Okay, then the fans that will make it harder for you to avoid a target by going around his attack. And then making his attack, these two people with crossbows act like shotguns, which may or may not hit you. I mean, at least they will launch into the fan people who at you. It is a good thing since they will die from it. The target is up in a building. It seems, well, if that was just that, then this would be nice little break. However, of course, it wouldn't be that easy, huh? You managed to get on top of your horse and somewhat tamed it. This horse of yours automatically moves in the direction that you are facing. Yeah, you haven't really figured out how to resolve that issue. There seems to be people we have to go through. Well, now, there are some people who think that this is a jousting arena and are now watching this. Hello, Random Boy Jeff. I am reading the entire Thief Revised campaign because I said I would do so. I stopped the earlier stream and started this new one. That way people do not have to watch this. Now, there are more spectators looking down from above at the battle again, thinking that this is just a jousting play. You would think that none of you people here, well, besides, of course, as a lance, much less a horse, would be a dead giveaway, as they are shooting you in an attempt to stop you. It seems that the king of jousting, I think, has decided to arrive here due to the amount of people who has decided to come here in cheer and excitement as they come pouring in like a river once a dam gets removed. However, despite being the king of jousting, he isn't known for playing fair against his challenger. So in order for him to keep his title, he has decided to call in some people to climb onto the roof and rain bullets at you in order for him to win. You decide to call it a day for this place, or was about to, just as about you were going to take it. Now, take a boat as you were going to take sail. Someone had to step from the darkness of the alleyway that has appeared from and revealed their identity. The person who stopped you was the rumored force of the Musketeers. He was kicked out due to how he acted towards people, seeming a little too aggressive and forceful to be allowed, and thus was prompted to be kicked out of the club, leaving him in a depression as he lost his soul and drive in life. Seeing you, however, wanted to prove a point that he can be great. He can be! You somehow managed to travel onto a random island from riding that small boat. But it seems that you are late to discovering this place, though, as two giant pirate ships have already docked here. So you managed to find some extra piratey clothing, a golden dagger, and a fucking gun! The gun has some range to it, with it being like a shotgun, so it is a powerful yet close range, and one-time use only weapon. However, this thief sucks at literally every other stat. A few pirates who were below deck have decided to make their appearance No to you, despite you, and those scallywags being similar enough to possibly become friends. They don't seem very well appreciated of your arrival here. You decided to explore the island a bit in hopes of finding some undiscovered treasure. You later, however, accidentally bump into a random pirate. You were quick with apologizing in a panic, hoping that he will spare you, and he did. He introduces himself as Barnack, the bitch, like a barnacle, who in Rogue Pirate wanted to protect himself and from others and evil. And after a bit of talking to each other, you both decide to form together as a team. He weighed me down. You and Barnack are looking around the island. It didn't take long before you two managed to come across this small group of buccaneers. These guys are after hearing that both Barnack and a new person with him are eliminating the other pirates here, have chosen to try and bury their treasure and target. You thought that this ship was currently void of anyone due to it being docked into the island for quite a bit now, so it would be a good time to enter inside, steal whatever was in it. Barnack was still unsure at the first due to both being dangerous and a bit undeserving, but after a bit, Barnack eventually agreed to this, albeit hesitantly. Once you both stepped foot onto it, a few pirates had come out, and you are now trying to stop you. You and Barnack managed to steal all of the valuables in the ship and move on, only to see even more treasure. Greed fills your eyes as you quickly rush out and steal the gold here too. Barnack tried stopping you, but he was too late. It turned out that it was a trap. As pirates jump out of their hiding spots and engage in fighting, they apparently also have a secret weapon they will use. Now their definition of secret is probably different from mine. After taking out those pirates, you run straight to all the gold and other loot there. However, it turns out that the treasure is trying to steal was cursed. Upon laying your hands onto some shiny yellow coins, a deafening screech. Yes, the thief would be there, and I actively tried to kill Barnack. Often. Very often. Heard echoing throughout the whole island, Barnack explains that you are accidentally summoned to a wretched spirit. He was a captain who was killed in the hundreds and hundreds of years ago, from his own evil and carnage biting him back in the pirate booty. You and Barnack prepare yourselves as you call in some backup to help fend off the undead. Well, it seems that some of the dead pirates have survived. Is that the right word to use? Whatever, just be aware that there may have be more to deal with in more time. In the meantime, there are targets to eliminate here. Speaking of, there are straight ahead of you. Barnack is being injured by the way, so he is going to have to take a break from fighting. Fucking die already. Die, Barnack. Choke on some fucking seawater. Barnack is drinking from rum in order to numb the pain. So again, you need to kill the target. Soundwave, you just described isekai. Barnack is drinking some rum in order to numb the pain. Again, you need to kill the target on your ship over there. To your left, the other corsairs there are carrying a dangerous amount of explosives. Well, now, It seems that some of the dead pirates from earlier are back, so at least we can thin out the unknown amount of them. Also, yeah, Barnack is still drinking a bit of the bubbly over there. In case you are wondering, fucking die from alcohol poisoning. These marauders are getting fed up with you surviving by the skin of your teeth, so now they are using the cannons on you, which is pretty inaccurate. Barnack is now watching you and cheering you on despite how wounded and possibly drunk he is. The captain is mad about what you have done to his crew, so he said screw it and called literally everyone on the island back to the ship in order to teach you and Barnack a lesson, or just Barnack. Barnack says that he will try and fend them off to buy you some time and get off the island, even though with how badly he is hurting. You say your last goodbye to him and leave gladly. Fuck off. Choke and die. I hope they drag you by your balls against the sea. Fucking text. You were heading back to the area where the king was slain and to try and get more gear and hopefully some leftover gold still waiting to be taken. This time, however, it appears to be Halloween now. Now, this wouldn't be much of a thing to talk about if it wasn't for certain circumstances. It taking place, you see, due to unknown reasons every once in a while, and Halloween will cause many spooky things to occur. Anyway, new thief, I have to explain with you being dressed up as a skeleton. You can fear people, which will cause them to run away. Only downside is that the range is a bit short. So use it on these bone bros out of the way. Well now, there's more skeletons appearing. That's what gravediggers have to deal with all the time. The undead are rising from the ground to try and overwhelm you. Now you have to deal with these wrapped up Cavendiers and some walking calciums with flaming arrows. Never thought I would have to say that, but they are now throwing jack-o'-lanterns at you. Could have been at least a pumpkin pie with them. Hey, look at that. There's some more skeleton pirates over there. How did they get all the way over here? Though, you think that they just walked underwater traveling across the ocean to find land? Whatever, just take care of them. Wait, why did I hear a door open? There is no door. You fucking crazy maniac. There are zombies that are digging themselves out of the earth to chase you down. Also, there are two potion sellers. There is a target. There is only one. They need more. They're wizards. Just looking for them. They're skeletons and potions. We leave this place soon, as there are more enemies gradually emerging. Maybe the dynasty era would be a good place to go. Well, just take out this target and get here before it's too late. Turned out the dynasty isn't safe either. Well, we're here. We might well take out the targets here. Do you remember the harvester that you fought and took care of? Well, after you killed her, her soul, being filled with boiling rage, has possessed a nearby scarecrow and has on her farm and haunts you down. While away, she is weaker than before. She and her friends this time to help kill you. Oh wow, you look at that. The undead are surrounded you. Luckily for you, I guess we are the undead help faction. You can use these or more like powerful versions of them to be like protect the thief from dying or whatever. The ways are getting harder as it is progress or something. Now there is more and stuff, but hey, you should have money, so that's cool. It's final wave. It's like cool and stuff. This is pretty tough or whatever. You quickly left the dynasty area after the last wave in case more would have rose. This place is pretty darn hot. I mean, the sun is, like, right there, so that could be why. Why is it? Oh, I'm rambling again. The new special thief is a monster with a deployable explosive, dynamite. I mean, that isn't what a dynamite is, though. It's just there to do damage and decent, and the radius is alright. Meaning that this can be used offensively to blow up these cactuses to kill the target. These are girls with dynamites protecting the banner bearer on top of miners and people with water jugs. You mean to put water jugs. You misspelled. I'm pointing out your spelling errors. The explosion itself may not be deadly to you or anyone really because dynamite throwers suck, true. But it may cause other issues. I don't see anything wrong here. No, nothing out of the wiser whatsoever. This seems like a quick and easy win. Yep, absolutely void of anything else. Just you. And the target. Literally zero things to worry about. Really, it's just a free victory. Thief? Ah, man. Let me out of here. Let me fucking finish. Please, let me free. Let me be free. Hi. The data miners here trying to get some valuable things, with the target being supervisor. And while don't be that miners are friendly, at least got some hope that they diamond soon. Reaper, you made several spelling mistakes earlier. I just didn't have the time to correct you. Am I going to stop doing this? I'm literally doing this as the last thing for today. I will be ending soon. I did, like, what? 5 hours earlier? You were not there. You left. It is not my fault that you left. Yeah, I did it now because I know I'm going to be ending soon. I did it literally at the end, and I made a separate stream just for this. So that, you know, people didn't have to listen to this So, if you want to go, go. Those are cursed pirates here. Only problem is that the wrong move and you're falling off. At least they decided to wear clothing to better fit this area. Yes, because I feel like being petty. There appear to be. I know you are not the same person. Hoodlum escaped criminals escaping. They are being led by. Wait, is that Beef? Your long lost brother? You two were, as I just said, brothers. However, after a heated argument, you two have split ways and never hesitated. Hated argument. There was split ways. I read that twice for some reason. You would think that him being the older brother and that it has been quite a while since you two left each other's sights that you would be back together. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be that way. Because I don't know. Well, now, Beef and his crew had recovered and gotten away. Now the blame is on you, as this town's whole sheriff's department is going to be after you. A lot of TNT and some lassos here. So, what did you eat for lunch? Nothing. Ah, that sounds really nice. Yeah, I can't really eat, so yeah. I wonder how that feels. So, what have you been doing, by the way? Reading this shit. You what? That's illegal, you know. I know. I mean, you a bitch. You're playing as a thief, so fuck off. So, I guess it is fits here. You got away from the sheriff department for now. However, these guys in front of you had recently left the bar all swazzled and now being fighting you because they're drunk, I guess. Your goal here is to traverse through weird terrain whilst trying to run away from a damn horse. Get it? Bricky, tricky, clear cactuses? Anyone, do any people read these? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, we read. Beef is back for another fight. This time, however, he decided to wear a very shiny armor. Like, why is it so bright? So yeah, he decided to make like a western standoff. Just with knives, whatever. Now it will be just one fight, probably. You left the western town to now enter what appears to be the final stop on your trip. Fair warning, the levels after this one will be more harder than the previous levels anyways. New thief, the thief is naked. Excuse me, but what the fuck? The thief works for harder, makes it faster, does it better, and is even stronger. Now, what the thief's drawbacks? Well, aside for public indecency, his weapon is much smaller and easier to miss with. Oh, I forgot to mention something important for this place. Previous enemies that you had dealt with before will be seen here. So keep in mind, champ, because you may need all the information that you get from me. Stay on the dirt path and avoid all of the farmers that you see, even if it gets harder to see, due to all the trees. If you make it past all of the farmers and the bees, then you will be filled with glee. I remember this level. I genuinely was about to cuss Reaper out about this level. The last of the king's forces have decided to form as an army in order to stop you from defeating their final banner bearer. Yes, I know this isn't a castle. No, I'm not going to change anything about it. Blah 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 blah. These characters are back for the 4th time to try to stop you. Blah 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 blah. They are now using futuristic technology to shoot electricity at you. There are also a bunch of people with metal on them, which makes this even more deadly. In the ragtag duo of Boxer and Poacher. Yes, that is their names, and don't ask why. This fight will be difficult, as it is not only unfair to be won, but they are also much stronger than you. Together, tip, if you are going to for the Poacher first, you can try doing a 360 spin, and he's not shooting, to hopefully dodge his hour. Tonight, toxic gas is being thrown at you, on top of there being these damn fans that will try to either blow you away from the target or push you into the gas. With it being half of this month, it is a special offer that you wouldn't want to miss out on, with no money guaranteed. I wanted to do some awful things when this level happened. This is an easy level, but honestly, I can't think of anything that can be added, and this is unique, so take this. B. Oh my goodness, it's the gracious, it's a B. Again, an easy level because I ran out of ideas for this map, so have a singular B instead. You can think of that, won't you? Want it all? Came across the final banner bearer, only for the worst to come of it. Hello, now you are dead, and in hell for your actions. Well, thankfully, you are given a second chance in the form of a challenge by a demon. If you can get past his troops and beat them, then you will be rewarded with your freedom. However, if you fail, then you will be stuck in eternal damnation forever. Well, now thief, this is a demon with a bigger dagger that deals more damage with each continuous hit and can summon swords to push down units into one spot and teleport upon taking damage. The banners are set up like a maze-like obstacle course, with them being filled with dozens of dangerous foes that will haunt you in your progress if you aren't careful enough to avoid them. Remember these shadowy thinking versions of yourself from when it was Halloween? Well, it seems to be the source of them. Now it is unknown how many there are here, but taking these ones out should hopefully cut their numbers a bit. Also, you can get another thief if you want. If bees weren't bad enough, you have no idea how to deal with wasps. They're like bees, but quite worse in every way. Well, at least it isn't a cicada killer or a giant Asian hornet. Yeah, go look up one of those if you don't want to sleep tonight, especially if you live in America. The chieftain and fourth musketeer from before seem to always be here, although they appear to be even madder and stronger than before. Yes, here, the floor here is made out of floor. Oh, sorry, I was sleeping on my keyboard. Anyways, try to go around the candies and lure them away from the target. And now, you have to fight the king and Yara again, but the chieftain and musketeer, they're undead. However, they have new tricks up their sleeves, with the king having flaming swords and the Jarl now having better ice powers. But I bet you can take down the old king and the walking ice bear again, like last time. This seems to fairly easy, right? I mean, it's two candle heads that you really have to worry about. And you're right, it is easy. Wait, let me rephrase that. It is easy to not die on, but not so much easy to beat. You managed to win all of the demon's challenges he has set up and has promised. He would like to return back to the mortal planes. And while hesitant at first, he eventually decides on staying with the deal and set you free, albeit reluctantly. So now all he needs to do is grab his sword and make a portal. And then you'll be home free. Oh, would be until... Fuck. Give me a moment. I'm about to answer a phone call. Where the fuck was I? Oh, I was here. Big Heath had catch the demon by surprise and killed him, and took his sword and carried on his back, darkening the bones that made up it. Big Heath was left on the dirt pathways once he had beaten him and his friends abandoned him, leaving him to die. However, he was not dead. He was left with nothing but thirst, hunger, and overwhelming rage. He managed to track your previous locations and found the entrance to this place from this door, and that shadow appeared from, and now he's here. After defeating Beheath, he apologizes for trying to kill you multiple times, and you forgive his actions. Dumb move. which causes Beheath to decide on no longer robbing banks and committing any sort of evil. Beheath uses his sword's powers to summon the portal back to reality, and you both hug each other and enter it, which causes you both to be separated. You return to the farm, where there is a new king and army in charge of ruling. You look over the bridge and rethink your choices of crime. Then you remember Barnek. You mourn his loss, and you appreciate his appearance, knowing he's gone, although maybe there's a way to see him again. Everyone, that was the stream where I would read out all of this shit. I'm literally ending now. Sorry, today is done. Everybody, fucking hell. Now, for the final and last time. Get the fuck out. Come back next time. The end.